Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout Southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a six-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Hey, 20 seconds. You're good.
Good evening, everyone. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you at Marvel Park. Going to be an absolutely perfect night for football. Temperature sitting at about 75 degrees right now as the Vikings look to rebound from their first loss of the season. Tony, I didn't get to be there, but I watched every snap of that game, and we talked about it a little bit before we went on the air. That sometimes in sports, the better team doesn't win, and that's what happened last Friday night. No disrespect to Frontenac, but I think even the Frontenac players and fans, if they're honest with themselves, would agree that Parsons probably should have won that game.
Yeah, we just shot ourselves in the foot several times in the first half, and honestly, should have been 10-0 or 14-0, at halftime, and then we still had a chance at the end of the game, and then hats off to them. They played hard. Kicked a field goal, 38-yarder to win it. There's nothing you can do about things like that. We just got started a little bit late, and if we would have scored in the first half, we wouldn't have been in that situation.
Right. Well, as we continue with the Tank Connection pregame show, I loved the really the game plan on the offensive side of the ball. It was a heavy dose of Washington all night long. And I'm telling you, in that fourth quarter, that Frontenac defense was tired. They were beat down. They'd had enough of the Viking offensive line and enough of trying to tackle Washington. But like you said, hats off to Frontenac. They made the plays they had to do. They made the plays they had to play when they had to make them. They made some critical stops at the goal line, and then of course, I had Coach Scheibe. I heard him in the post game say he didn't think that last-second field goal was going to be good.
Yeah,
I thought the opposite. I thought after they picked up the 4th and 17, I just had a feeling he was going to make it.
As soon as he kicked it, and I seen it in the air, I was like, man, that's going to be good. And sure enough, it was good. And it was the same side of the field that we missed one early in the game last week. And, it's just, you hate to say it, but sometimes a loss is good.
Right.
And, whether our guys were getting a little bit, big in the head, things like that. But I still feel like this team can make a good push in the playoffs, Scott, and make a pretty good run.
I know the coaches and the players were very disappointed because they feel like they should have brought a district championship back to Parsons High School, and I get that, I understand it. But going with what you said, if you have to lose a tough game like that, it's certainly better to do it before the postseason begins, because once the postseason gets here, it's one and done. And as far as a loss being good, not just to kind of help everybody refocus and say, okay, hey, we're not unbeatable. Okay, we're going to have to show up and play every week. Sometimes, and I mean, you see this year in and year out, sometimes if you get a lower seed in a bracket, sometimes it helps you because you might match up better with your opponent as opposed to being a top seed. Not always.
Exactly.
But sometimes that's just how it works out.
And sometimes when you're that top seed, everyone's gunning for you too. If you're an undefeated team, I mean, everyone's gunning for you. And, it's just I've always liked the underdog feeling of going into games. The other team kind of expects you to be a little bit weaker or whatever, and then you go out there and you hit them in the mouth. And I feel like this team, 13 seniors, I mean, we've got a lot of skilled players that are seniors and a lot of fight. There's even, I mean, we've got some sophomores and juniors that get a lot of playing time that, I don't think this program's going away for a while. I think we've got some skilled players coming up that the JV went 7-0. They didn't lose a game. They're undefeated. So that makes me think that there's some players coming up that we just really haven't seen at the varsity level yet that are going to have an opportunity to be here on Friday nights playing in some big games next year. But,
and they're looking forward to it.
Exactly. I mean, we saw it early on at Prairie View. Mikey Ramsey, sophomore, had 2 interceptions returned for a touchdown in one game, and that's pretty much unheard of. And he's a sophomore,
right?
It's nice to have those kids that are coming up that are gamers, is what I call them. And I know, there's a couple other kids that are in that sophomore class. I mean, Chandler Henson gets quite a bit of playing time. He gets in there playing on backup running back, and then we also have the him in there as linebacker. So there's some kids that are coming up that are playing good, but the focus right now is on these seniors and getting them into the groove of winning some games and try to get a winning streak starting tonight.
And speaking of tonight, Vikings hosting the Columbus Titans, who kind of surprised the Vikings a year ago. But Parsons was expected to beat Columbus, and Columbus actually kind of dominated last year. Do not think we'll see a repeat of that tonight. Columbus only with a couple of wins on the year. They lost to Frontenac 41-7. They did knock off Baxter 42-36.
Baxter and Galena are their only 2 wins.
So, on paper, and when you look, by the time you get to this point in district play, you have a lot of common opponents to look back on. And just going by that, which doesn't always work, but honestly it usually does, especially in football, Parsons has a pretty big advantage tonight as long as they take care of business. And after suffering their first loss last week, I think they will.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to come out tonight, guns blazing, ready to score some points, and we'll see if they can get started here. It looks like Columbus is going to kick off to us. They got Washington back deep.
Yep, Columbus won the coin toss, and they deferred to the second half. It's like Carter Henry, big 6'2", 280-pound lineman, will put his leg into it as we are just about 30 seconds away from our opening kickoff. Yeah, Vikings, well, I mean, that defense has been so tough all year, and I told you before we went on the air, they lost 10-8, but I felt like the defense, it was a shutout. In my opinion, there was such a short field for the Frontenac touchdown, and then a guy hits a 38 or 39-yard field goal, which doesn't happen very often at the high school level.
Yeah, so I would say that their Frontenac's total yards last week was under 150.
Yeah.
If I had to guess and keep stats on it, but I know we had a lot more yards than that.
Yeah,
we had 52 on our very first play of the game.
Statistically, Parsons was pretty dominant. We are ready for football.
Wow,
short kick taken at the 25-yard line.
Jamarcus.
Return man to the 35, gets tripped up at about the 37 or 38-yard line. So Jamarcus Washington with a decent return, and the Vikings on senior night here at Marvel Park will take over 1st and 10.
A lot of seniors out there in the field in this huddle right here for the Vikings. I think there's about 7 of them out there right now.
I know Coach Scheibe was excited about this senior class back when they were sophomores. He's a very talented class. Trey Mack from the shotgun. Gives it to Washington. Who else? The big man gets across the 40 and falls forward to the 41, so a gain of about 3. That will bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Vikes. Parsons will clinch a home playoff game with a win here tonight over Columbus. And will take on either Girard or Burlington next Friday night. 2nd down, they go to Washington again over the left side this time, and Columbus really bottling up the middle. I think they probably watched a lot of the Parsons Frontenac game on tape, and
we're going to have to bounce it to the outside to get some yards, I think.
Ball spotted just across the Viking 43-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 5. Wheat and Kendrick will be split to the far side of the field. Mack takes the snap. Gets it to Wheat. He's got a blocker out in front of him. He's going to have the 1st down. Gets tripped up at midfield. Vikings move the chains.
Number 11, lineman Wheat. Result of the play is a Viking first down.
Nose of the ball right on the 50-yard line as Parsons gets her first down of the night.
The defensive backs on that play, Scott, were about 10 yards back.
Yeah.
They were giving them a lot of room. I knew if they threw a little bubble screen out there, they'd definitely pick up a 1st down.
Some of the Viking receivers come to the near side, but it's a toss play to Washington. He's coming to the edge. He's at the 45, the 40, still on his feet at the 20, and finally gets knocked out of bounds at about the 10.5-yard line. And Tony, you had just mentioned that a play ago, that to get Washington going might have to bounce him to the outside, and that's exactly what the Vikings did right there.
He tiptoed right down that sideline. That was a good run by Jamarian Washington there.
That just shows how big and how strong he is, because I really thought the defender was going to push him out maybe around the 35.
Yeah, I honestly thought I was only going to go for just a little past the 1st down. Ended up picking up almost 40.
Ball just outside the 10-yard line, so technically it's 1st and 10 for the Vikes. There's the snap. They give it to Washington right up the middle. He gets off 1 tackle, then falls forward down to around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, about 3-yard gain for Washington.
Vikings will have to get inside the 1, it looks like, in order to get another 1st down. Ball spotted about the 6.5-yard line. Vikes have looked good on this opening drive. Put a man in motion, but they give it to Washington over the right side, and he goes nowhere this time. Nicely done by the Columbus defense. And that'll bring up third down for the Vikes. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. I'm assuming this will be 4-down territory for the Vikes.
Yeah, I would.
You never know if they might put Quirin on for a field goal, but it will depend on what happens on this third down play, obviously, as Trey Mack looks over the defense. 2 receivers to the far side. Quick bubble screen. Kendrick
nothing
actually
there.
lost a couple of yards, and now maybe we will see Quirin.
Yeah, I don't see him running on.
Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Scheibe electing to go ahead and go for it. He undoubtedly has all the confidence in the world in his defense, and why wouldn't he? So I guess he's assuming, hey, if we don't make it, we've got Columbus backed up inside their own 10. So Wheat and Kendrick split wide to the left. There's the snap. They go over the middle, and it is caught by Brown for a touchdown. So the Vikings gamble a little bit, and it pays off. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Trey Mack to Cade Brown, and the Vikings strike first. They lead at 6-0, 8:24 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, that's a big play. We saw Cade warming up, working on that exact play, Scott. So that's a play I think they work on quite a bit in practice.
And the extra point is good. So the Vikings lead the Titans early, 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff after this 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Welcome back to Marvel Park, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. The Vikings go 62 yards on their opening drive, capped off with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Mack to Cade Brown. Vikings lead at 7-0. Quirin set to kick off from the 40. Jace Midget, 6'1 junior, one of the deep men for the Titans. Very young Columbus roster. I only count 3 seniors. Great kick is going to land in the end zone, several yards deep in the end zone, and that's a touchback. Yep. Wow, Quirin really got into that.
Yeah, this was the team that I remember Coach Scheibe talking about early on. I want to say he said they lost 18 out of 22 starters from last year. And anytime you lose, what was that, 85%?
That's got to be close to a record.
That's a lot of your playmakers on offense and defense. So that's tough to replace. And their record shows it.
Running play by Columbus on first down goes for virtually no gain. They gave it to Siler Schuberger, 5'7 junior, listed 160 pounds. And one thing we've noticed, Tony, over the years doing high school football, if you have a quarterback that can't throw, and we don't know if this quarterback can or can't, but if you can't, it makes things really hard. Another running play, and, man, the Parsons defense just swallows up Corbin Newberry.
Yeah, they're going to have a tough time running the ball. So if they're not a throwing team, this could be pretty bad. It could be pretty lopsided towards our defense, because our defense is pretty stout against the run.
Yeah, it has to be one of the top 3 or 4 defenses easily, I would say, in Class 3A. And now Columbus facing a 3rd and 11. Ball just shy of their own 20-yard line. Send to Owen Roberts, split to the near side. Trips to the far side. It's going to be a pass play. Now it's going to be a quarterback keeper.
Yep, nothing there.
And he's going to be dropped for a loss. Technically, that is a sack. I don't know if that was a designed run or not, but the Vikings were not fooled, and a quick 3-and-out for a Columbus offense that has struggled to put points on the board. They were able to put up 42 against Baxter Springs last week. Other than that, they have had a hard time finding the end zone. So the Viking defense does their job.
And it's definitely, they're looking for a short kick here. They're at the 50.
Kick is partially blocked, and it's going to bounce. Vikings need to get away from it. And it's going to be down at about the 32 or 33-yard line of Columbus. So great job by the Viking special teams, and already leading 7-0 with 6:27 to go in quarter number one. The Viking offense has outstanding field position.
I wasn't sure if that was Haygood that got in there on that block or not, Scott. I seen number 10, Haygood, there close by, but I couldn't tell if that was him 100% for sure. I know he was close to it.
Yeah, I didn't have a good look at it, but he made a nice play and has set the Viking offense up in excellent field position. Trey Mack, 4 receiver set. He's going to throw on first down. Nice, and a great catch on the near sideline by Kendrick, and he is cut down at the 20-yard line for a first down. I don't know how he kept that ball from hitting the ground, but he showed.
Yeah, that was a very good reception by JJ there.
So 1st and 10 for the blue and gold from the 20-yard line. They lead at 7-0, 6:13 to go in quarter number one. Jamarcus Washington, kind of a stacked set on the near side. They give it to older brother Washington for a short gain.
2 yards maybe on the carry.
You know, for the most part, Tony, when the Vikings have ran between the tackles, Columbus has done a decent job.
Yeah, they really
here
have.
In the early going, but
yeah, whenever that ball carrier is coming through there, they just collapse, and there's no hole at all. It's just like a wall.
Trey Mack from the shotgun. 2nd and 8 for the Vikes from the Columbus 18. Man goes in motion. They give it to Washington. Now he cuts it back to the near side. He's looking for room. He's at the 15-10, and he's going to coast into the end zone. And we have at least one flag. Maybe 2 flags are down. Maybe an illegal block or a hold. Illegal use of hands. This is coming back. That was good recognition by Washington. The play was designed to go left, and he reversed direction, came back to the near side, and it was smooth sailing into the end zone. Unfortunately, he was aided by an illegal block. And, you know, Tony, I have seen, as I've gone back and watched these games on YouTube, so many of the penalties that the Vikings commit have
nothing to do with
the
play at all,
with how the play plays out.
I've noticed that too. It's
just unbelievable how many points they have taken off the board with silly penalties.
Yeah, hopefully this one won't come back to bite us. We should still be able to do just about anything we want.
Yeah, this
on
backs
these next couple plays.
Backs it up to the Columbus 28. Mack takes the snap, wants to throw, and almost intercepted, went right through the hands, I believe, of Jaden Rodriguez, 5'9" sophomore. So now 3rd and long for the Vikes, 3rd and 18 from the 28. You know, and there's a good chance Coach Scheibe will put this in the air, but Tony, if they just went with a toss play to the edge, that they could pick up a lot of the yardage here, I think. Yeah. And then you be in a little bit better position, have some more options on 4th down.
I look for this to go to Kendrick or Weed on the far side.
That's where they're lined up as Mack looks over the defense. And we have a stoppage in play. We have a timeout called by the Vikings. 5:13 to go in the first quarter with the Vikings leading at 7-0. Before I forget, I want to make sure, send out congratulations to the Lady Viking tennis team who competed at the state tournament last weekend. Brooklyn Barger and Cadence Ball made it out of regionals and were state qualifiers, so they had a good experience over in Winfield. And then also congratulations to Sydney Scheibe and Bree Busher, who competed in the doubles competition and went 5-2 against some tough competition. They got a medal, finished 9th place out of 24 teams, and this was their first year playing doubles together, so that was a pretty impressive performance by those young ladies. And so Tony, Coach Scheibe went with the timeout, facing 3rd and 18 from the Columbus 28. Still think this is going to Kendrick or Wheat?
You know,
Haygood is going to be split left.
Yeah, you've got four receivers. You got Logan, Kendrick, Haygood, and Wheat.
So they're spreading the defense. Let's see if they throw it. Yes, they're going to have. Now they throw it back, set up a little screen to Washington, and he's off to the races at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and tackled.
So close.
Great tackle at about the 2 or the 3 yard line. That was a great play call.
26 yards on it.
You know, those screen passes can be deadly.
When you got him with a full head of steam, I wouldn't want to get in his way.
That was a heck of a tackle, because I thought he was going to easily make it to the end zone, but man, what a great job by the Viking offense and a great call by the PHS coaching staff, setting up a 1st and goal from the 3 yard line. So put themselves in a bad spot with that penalty, but now they're in great position to go up by 2 scores. Trey Mack.
I would guess this will be Washington up the middle.
You would sure think so. There's the snap. And it is Washington over the left side. He pushes across the goal line for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard run for Washington, and with 4:24 to go in quarter number 1 is the Vikings 13 and Columbus 0. Quirin will come on to attempt the extra point. There's the snaps, a little high. They get the hold down. Low kick hits the upright, I believe, and it's no good. So that one was off a little bit right from the get-go with a snap that was a little errant. But Vikings still off to a good start as they lead Columbus 13-0, 4:24 to go in quarter number 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Yeah, we are back live at Marvel Park with the Vikings leading Columbus 13-0. Quirin with a low line drive kick that will be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Return to the 25, and return man for Columbus pushes forward across the 30. Very nice return. And the Columbus offense.
Yeah, Columbus offense -2 on the first drive.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a really difficult time moving the ball against this Viking defense. You know, Parsons, you can't help but think they might kind of be taking their frustrations out on Columbus tonight after that frustrating loss last week to Frontenac. Columbus from their own 32. Throw it out into the flat, and this is going to be a pretty decent gain across the 35.
6-yard
out
gain.
Around the 37. Jace Midget went in motion from the far side, caught the pass on the near side, and then had a decent gain.
I remember the older brother, Landon Midget, last year was one of their big playmakers for Columbus. I think he was a senior last year.
Jack Valila, the quarterback, takes the snap. It's a running play. And going to be close to a first down, but a little bit short. Chandler Henson was in there.
They threw him down at the end like a little rag doll. Wow. Pickup of 2 maybe?
See where they're going to spot it right at the 40. So third down and about 2 coming up for the Titans. Jack Valila, 6'1 junior, 195 pounds. Jace Midget split to the near side, I formation for the Titans. They give it to the tailback, and nothing there.
Almost.
Again, Henson, first man to make contact. Assisted by a couple of his teammates, and let's see what the Titans want to do. I don't think they really.
Yeah,
they might be punting it away. You know, it's hard to know what to do because they. On one hand, you don't have anything to lose, but certainly kind of playing the field position game, this would be the right call. So it looks like, unless it's a fake, Columbus is going to kick this one away. And pretty decent kick. Going to get over the head of the return man who fumbles it. He better fall on it. He doesn't.
We got lucky there.
Huge break.
Wow.
Vikings catch a huge break by recovering that because it was fumbled by Washington, and the Columbus
I thought he was
going
to get on
was right on top of it.
Yeah, he just slipped right through his hands. I thought they were going to have first down about the 20-yard line.
So the Vikings avoid disaster on that play, and they will have it 1st and 10 from their own 19 with 2:51 to go in quarter number 1. A lot of real estate out there now for the Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big play here. It's going to be a quick hitter out to Kendrick. Let's see if he can get around his man. He does. He's at the 30, 35, and then knocked out at about the 37.
18 yards on that play.
Jaden Rodriguez probably saved a touchdown, hustling over to shove Kendrick out. You know, that's tough. You just throw that quick hitter out into the flat, and it's one-on-one. And JJ was just quicker than his defender. Now the Vikings go with trips to the near side. It's like Phillips is in the slot. Mack takes the snap, gives it to Washington right up the middle, and he falls forward to about the 42 for a gain of about 4 or 5. And Tony, while Columbus has done a pretty good job bottling up the Vikings in the first quarter, whenever they try to run up the middle, you just have to think that if Washington and that O-line could beat down Frontenac by the fourth quarter, you'd have to think Columbus might be beat down by halftime even. We'll just see how it goes. Caden Brown and Phillips go in motion, get reset on the far side, hand off to Washington. He's got a first down.
If he wouldn't have tripped on his own feet there, Scott, that could have been a big gain.
Yeah, he would have had a full head of steam going into the secondary, but still had enough momentum to fall forward for the first down. Vikes have it 1st and 10 from their own 49. 13-0 is your score. Parsons on top, clock on the move, minute 25 to go. Absolutely gorgeous night here at Marvel Park. Trey Mack from the shotgun, takes the snap, quick toss to Washington, finding the edge. He's at the 45 of Columbus, inside the 40, down to the 36.
14-yard run there.
Number 8, Jason Midget on the tackle. The result of the play is a Viking first down.
Yeah, Jamar Washington, I feel like every time he's bounced to the outside, Scott, he's getting big gains. Up the middle, he's been, like you said, bottled up quite a bit. He's had a few, probably 4 or 5 that's been probably 3 or under.
So we'll see what Coach Scheibe wants to call on 1st and 10. It's a run up the middle. Washington with a nice cut falls across the 30-yard line down to about the 28 or 29. And and it's interesting, Tony, because sometimes Washington is at his best running in between the tackles, running downhill. But tonight, it has been the exact opposite. He's had more success finding the edge. Another running play to Washington. Bounces off one tackler.
Oh, wow.
And he's got a first down to about the Columbus 23. So another first down. probably going to be the last play of the first quarter with Parsons leading Columbus 13-0, although as I say that, Parsons rushes up to the line of scrimmage. They might just be trying to get Columbus to jump off sides. Nope, they do snap it, give it to Washington, and he plows forward down to about the 15-yard line. So I think that was just trying to catch the Columbus defense off guard a little bit, and I think it worked. So the Vikings on the move, and they lead Columbus at the end of the first quarter 13-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
And we are back live at Marvell Park just in time for the start of the second quarter. Trey Mack takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. He's looking for room. Spin move at the 15. I think that was a busted play. What do you think, Tony?
Definitely. I think that's not what was designed there. Scott, I had Jamarian Washington unofficially 101 yards in the first quarter rushing, and he also had a 26-yard reception.
Yeah,
so that's a big first quarter.
He is having a huge senior season. I'd really like to know how he stacks up with some of the other top running backs in the state, because he's been outstanding. J.J. Kendrick split wide right. Wheat comes to the near side, running play to Henson, and boy, he's got a hole up the middle. He's inside the 10, still on his feet, and then knocked down at around the 7 or 8 yard line, and it is another first down for the Vikings, and this young Columbus defense is on its heels right now. Say this, Columbus has built a heck of a program down there, Tony. Yeah. So this little step backwards this year after losing 18 starters from last year's team. This will just be temporary, and the Titans will be just fine going forward. Meanwhile, Vikings have it first and goal from the Columbus 8. Quick snap. Washington coming to the near side at the 10. The 5
touchdown.
Dives for the end zone. They're going to say he stepped out.
Stepped out the 1.
Yeah, he dove for the pylon, but apparently his left foot must have hit the sideline, but it's going to be second and goal from the 1, and I'm going to go out on a limb, Tony, and say they give it to Washington.
Well, Henson just went in. They might give Henson.
Oh, yep, Henson.
They might give Henson a shot here.
Vikings already on top 13-0, 10:38 to go in the first half. So it'll be Henson and Washington in the backfield. Got the old support post right in my way as they snap it to Mack, and they do give it to Henson, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Chandler Henson from 1 yard out, and with 10:33 to go in the first half, it is now Parsons 19 and Columbus 0.
Yep, that's the passing of the torch right there, Scott.
Right.
That's awesome. I'm glad Chandler got in the end zone there.
Querin on to attempt the extra point. Kick is away. Plenty of distance, and it is good. 10:33 to go in your first half. Parsons 20, Columbus 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout Southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
Third quarter.
We're back live at
After
Marvel
third
Park.
quarter.
Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Drew Fuentes taking care of our live video stream tonight. Karen Hardesty taking care of everything for us back in the KLKC studios. 20-0. Parsons dominating Columbus. 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Long kickoff that is going to bounce a few yards deep in the end zone. That is the second touchback of the night for Jace Quirin. He gets
that flew 63 yards in the air.
Yeah, that's just incredible.
That's pretty good.
So we'll see if the Columbus offense can get anything going. We've already seen, Tony, that anytime they try to run up the middle, it is going nowhere.
Yeah, they're going to have to do some kind of bubble screen. I don't even know. They're going to have to do some misdirection plays just to kind of trick our defense a little bit, and I don't even know if they can.
Valila under center, Columbus in the I formation. Little play action. They try to set up the screen, and that's kind of what you were just talking about, Tony. A little misdirection, kind of keep the defense guessing, and it's a decent gain out across the 25 all the way to about the 27 or 28-yard line.
Yeah, their first two possessions are both 3 and outs. Total of 6 yards before that play, so now they're sitting at about 14 yards total in the 3 drives. So
2nd and 3 for the Titans from their own 27. Parsons on top 20-0. Chase Midget split to the near side. Corbin Newberry is a slot receiver. Toss play.
Nothing.
And the Viking defense is just a swarming defense like we've seen all year. Siler Schuberger just had no chance.
I mean, there was 3 Vikings players in the backfield, like literally a half a second after the Newberry got the pitch from the quarterback. I mean, it's just a swarm of Vikings on that defense.
So after a nice pickup on first down, the Titans lose 3 yards, and now they're facing a 3rd and 6. They'll have 9 seconds on the play clock as they break out of the huddle. They're going to have a hard time getting this off, and sure enough, Columbus will burn a timeout. 9:03 to go in the first half, with Parsons leading this one 20-0. With a break in the action, we'll say thank you to our sponsors who are bringing you Viking football in 2023. We want to say thank you to Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Also Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Dress for Less, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, Strategic Partners, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Parsons District Schools, Snyder Lawn Care, Olson Ace Hardware, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris. And last but not least, thank you to Sparklight, bringing you Viking football in 2023. Tony, I think Columbus will put it in the air in 3rd and 6?
I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, they got to take a chance. I mean, like you said earlier, there's nothing to lose. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they that little screen dump pass to the running back got him 8 yards on first down. I mean, it's like a fake handoff and let him go out in the flat.
And they did throw a quick one out in the flat. It's a trick play, and then I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think the ball may have slipped. They tried essentially a wide receiver pass, threw a quick one out into the flat to Jet Tanner, the sophomore, who then tried to hit a teammate down the near sideline.
Yeah, it
just slipped out of his hand and falls incomplete. And those are when you're struggling, those are the kind of plays that happen.
Yeah.
And Vikings will send Jamarcus Washington back deep around the 50-yard line. Kendrick, I think, is also back there. This time they get the kick away, and Kendrick fields it at the 48. Look out, he's at the 40, 35, 30, and upended at about the 26-yard line. So great field position once again for this Viking offense. And just going to be, I think, one of those nights, Tony, where as long as the starters are in, you're just going to always feel like you're in Titan territory.
Yeah. 3 3-and-outs for the Titan offense, and they just twice, Scott, they've gotten 8-yard gains, but then they just go backwards.
Vikings already have an 8-yard touchdown pass from Mack to Brown, a 3-yard touchdown run by Washington, and a 1-yard touchdown run by Henson. And speaking of Henson, he jogs onto the field a little bit late, so he'll be out there for this play. Trey Mack will have Henson on his right shoulder. Kendrick, a receiver, lined up about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He goes in motion. Look out for the jet sweep, but instead we have a flag.
Going to be a false start. I didn't see anybody move.
I didn't either. So either could have been a false start, could have been maybe even an illegal formation, whatever it was. I couldn't tell if they threw the flag before the snap or after the snap.
They said illegal procedure. So
it came after the snap. So nobody moved. It wasn't a dead ball situation. So 1st and 15 for the Vikes. Ball backed up to the Titan 31. Parsons on top 20-0. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. Mack with the handoff to Henson. Gets through the first wave and gets down to around the 25-yard line, I believe.
A 6-yard pickup, I think.
Tony, he's just a sophomore, and I just see some signs from him of just being a really heady ball carrier. He seems to follow his blockers, but he also has patience.
Yep.
Kind of let those holes.
He's really shifty.
Yep.
I mean, he can stop and go back the other way. I mean, he's got some moves.
2nd and 10 from the Columbus 26. Trey Mack wants to throw this time. He's got a man open. Going to the end zone, though, for Kendrick, and
he caught it.
If he's in bounds, it's a touchdown, and it is. Yeah, it was kind of a risky throw, but J.J. Kendrick uses his athleticism to make an outstanding grab. Did a great job keeping both feet in.
Yeah, that was a great pass.
So a 26-yard touchdown pass from Mack to Kendrick. And the Vikings blowing out Columbus 26-0. About halfway through quarter number 2. The point after is good. 7:41 to go in the first half. Parsons 27, Columbus 0. We'll take a 30-second commercial break. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Number 16, James Barron. Back deep for Titans, Jason Rodriguez and Skyler Schubert.
The Vikings leading this one 27-0, and we're going to have a stoppage in play. The Vikings were offsides on the kickoff. It was going to be another touchback as Querin launched it into the end zone. And Tony, he's not like he's getting any help from the wind.
No.
The flag is pretty limp.
Yeah, I've seen our guys going in front of Querin there, but I didn't think they would call it.
They caught it that time.
But he was that ref was sitting there watching right down the 40-yard line.
So we'll see. Quirin's been getting them 3 to 5 yards deep.
Yeah, this 5 yards is not going to make any difference.
So he might still get this to the goal line.
He might just tell the guys, hey, stay back a little bit. Let me boot this.
Jaden Rodriguez, one of the deep men for Columbus. Titans in a world of hurt right now, trailing Parsons 27-0. 7:41 to go in our first half. Quirin from the 35 now. High end-over-end kick, and it will land at the goal line and then bounce into the end zone.
65 yards.
Great job by Quirin. Gets another high five and slap on the back from Coach Scheibe. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Columbus Titans, who just haven't been able to get anything going at all on the offensive end. Again, if you're joining us late, this is a Columbus team that lost 18 starters from last year's squad.
Yeah, they're like I said earlier, Scott. They're going to have to do something other than run the ball, because every time they run it, we're all over them.
Now they break out of the I formation, just one running back, and they hit a
throw.
Receiver on a quick slant. It's amazing how quickly the Viking defense swarms to the ball, though. But that was
oh no,
flag comes in late. This will probably be a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah, it was a first down. They're giving him a first down on that catch.
And it is unsportsmanlike on the Vikings. So that'll give Columbus a free 15 yards, and Tony obviously up 27-0 here in the second quarter. This isn't going to mean a whole lot, but going forward, the Vikings, we've talked about it all year, you just have to clean up the silly penalties.
I'd like to see no games with the 15-yard unsportsmanlike, and we haven't had one yet. I guess I wasn't at Baxter. I'm not sure if we had one at Baxter. That was the only game I missed.
So 1st and 10 from the 45 for Columbus, their own 45. Valila from the pistol, wants to throw. Quick hitter, and nobody was there. Overshot his intended target, Jet Tanner. So they are changing things up, Tony.
They're trying.
But it looks like they're going to have to go with short routes. I don't know that they have I just don't think they have the speed.
Yeah, that was a good quick throw there, but nobody home.
So I think Columbus pretty much is going to be out of their comfort zone here as they kind of go to an air attack. Schuberger, the lone running back. Rodriguez goes in motion. Leela to throw and dropped and falls incomplete. So 3rd and 10 coming up for the Titans. 7:26 to go in our first half with Parsons leading Columbus 27-0. Win here tonight will give the Vikings second place in district play, and they will move on to the postseason next week, and they will get to host either Iola or Burlington, depending on how that plays out tonight. Or rather, Burlington or Girard. And I know Girard's down this year, but I don't know anything about Burlington. So.
Yeah, we haven't played them in 3 years.
And now I think we have another timeout by Columbus. So
the last time we played Burlington was at Burlington.
And it didn't go well.
And their grass was really, really tall. And, it was not good for us.
No, it was. They had a hard time, the Viking defense did, bringing down the Burlington quarterback. I remember it well. So 27-0, Vikings on top. We'll step away for a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
At CSD Industries, we don't just build storage tanks, we build the future. Our success is driven by the talented individuals who make up our team. And right now, we're looking for passionate, dedicated, and skilled professionals to join us on this exciting journey. We invest in our employees' professional growth and development, offering direct hire, excellent 401k, and full benefits. Join us at CSD to work on projects that make a real difference.
Welcome back to Marvel Park, everybody. Columbus facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 45. Belila with the long snap count, looking to throw, gets rid of it, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
And so 4th and 10 coming up for the Titans. Tony, I didn't have time to look at it very closely. Somebody sent me a link for some running back stats, and it showed Washington at number 21. I don't know if that was in Class 3A or in the entire state or what, but over 6 yards a carry.
Wow, that's impressive.
And that number 21 was just total yards rushing, I think. So, but over 6 yards a carry, that's getting it done. Columbus to punt once again. Shorter punt as it went off the side of the kicker's foot, and the Vikings let it die at about the 39-yard line, and that's where the Vikes will take over, already leading Columbus 27-0, 7:12 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Scott, I have Columbus for 19 total yards on 4 drives, and then they had that 15-yard penalty is almost as much as the yards they've gained on offense in those 4 drives. Just really, really struggling on the offensive side of the ball. The only thing I feel like they've done good is bottle up Washington when he goes up the middle.
Yeah. Very familiar offensive set as the Vikes send Wheat and Kendrick out to the near side, but it's a toss play to Washington. Stiff arm, gets a block. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, and then slammed down at about the 30. Jaden Rodriguez gave him a pretty good lick, but Washington hops up as he continues to put up big numbers here on senior night.
I got him for 139 unofficial.
Man, that's incredible, and we have 6:50 to go in the first half.
And that, I mean, with the 26-yard reception, he's at overall 175.
Quarterback keeper this time by Mack. We haven't seen that a lot this year, but it's a nice gain on first down to the Columbus 25, and we have an injured Titan.
Uh-oh.
And they're calling in the training staff immediately. So hopefully it's nothing serious, but looks like we may have at least a short stoppage in play with Parsons leading Columbus 27-0, 6:34 to go in the first half. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
£65 pounds.
He's needing some help.
Yeah, he's needing some help getting off the field, but the fact that he's not being completely carried off is a good sign. I doubt that he'll be back in action tonight.
I think it's something to do with his left foot or left knee.
Yeah, really favoring that left leg, and now they're just going to try to
carry him off.
So, hate to see that. And hopefully it's nothing serious. Viking offense trots back out onto the field, facing a 2nd and 5 from the Columbus 25. If you're joining us late, Parsons has dominated this game. They lead at 27-0, 6:34 to go in quarter number 2. Hinson, the running back, will be on the left shoulder of Trey Mack. Kendrick and Wheat split to the near side. Man in motion. It's a jet sweep to Phillips. He's at the 20, 15, and run out of bounds at about the 12. And it is another first down for the Vikings. I mean, the playbook is just wide open, Tony. The Vikings can pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah, like you said, they can pretty much do about any play in the book, and it's probably going to go with a pretty good yardage. So just to kind of give you a little example, Jamarian Washington's ran the ball 14 times for 139. Columbus offense has ran 13 plays for 19.
Man, that's incredible. Haygood on a little reverse, trying to get away from a tackler and couldn't do it. So that was bottled up pretty well. Nice pursuit by the Columbus defense. Mack, looked like it was going to be Mack on a keeper, and then he gave it off to Haygood on a reverse. But Columbus did a good job.
Yeah, that didn't fool them at all.
Ball spotted.
The 12, 13.
Yep, around the 12 or 13 yard line. 2nd and 11 for the Vikings. Trey Mack from the shotgun. It's a man in motion. Toss play to Washington.
Jamarcus Washington.
Coming to the near side. Boy, he needs to protect the ball. He's inside the 10 and down to about the 7.
5-yard pickup.
So nice run by Jamarcus, but did my eyes fool me, Tony, or did he have that ball way out away from his body?
It was like a Deion Sanders holding the ball out, Back how Deion would do whenever he'd intercept the ball and just kind of run and kind of
high step it into the end zone.
Holding it out, yeah. That's what it kind of reminded me of as soon as he started doing it.
3rd and 5 for the Vikes from the Columbus 7, already leading this from 27-0. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Washington back in, running back. Trey Mack takes the snap, gives it to Washington. He's got runs over a would-be tackler, and he has the first down at around the 1. My goodness, that was one heck of a collision, and Washington came out on top. And now we have another injured Titan.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah, he slams his fist into the turf. Jace Midget is the injured Titan.
Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. 4:45 to go in the first half. Parsons leading at 27-0 and knocking on the door once again while the Columbus coaching staff tends to their injured player. We will take another 30-second commercial break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Gets a nice hand as he is going to be able to somewhat gingerly walk off the field under his own power. And, the way he pounded his fist into the turf, Tony, I was afraid that it was going to be something a lot more serious.
I mean, it still could be. When you get an ACL, MCL, I mean, you're able to still move like that, but, man.
Yeah, we certainly hope it's nothing like that for the 160-pound junior. Meanwhile, 1st and goal from the 1 for the Vikings, already leading at 27-0. I don't think Coach Scheibe would mind a running clock the entire second half, give him a chance to rest his starters going into the postseason next week.
Can they do it the whole half, or
if Columbus would have to agree to it?
It's
going to be a pass play on first and
Tyler
goal.
Phillips,
and we have a flag. Phillips with the easy catch and easy touchdown, but hold everything. We have a holding penalty on the Vikings. So
it was first and goal, so should be just it'll still be first and goal.
It'll be first and goal from the 11. And here again, Tony, you can get by with it when you're playing an inferior opponent, but man, starting next week, the Vikings just have to figure out a way. And I guess I'll ask Coach Scheibe in the postgame interview, how in the world do you do that? Because it has been an issue since week one.
Yeah. Yeah, he talked about it last week. I mean, he knows it's a problem. You know, it's tough.
So first and goal from the Columbus 11. Mack will hand it off to Washington. Reverses direction.
Nothing there.
Nothing there. Backed up to about the 15-yard line. So the Vikings had first and goal at the 1, and now they have second and goal from the 14. So things not going well all of a sudden for the Viking offense. I'm pretty sure in a closer game they would have just handed off to Washington, most likely for an easy touchdown on first and goal. But Coach Scheibe kind of wanted to throw some other plays into the mix with the big lead. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Parsons up 27-0, facing second and goal from the Columbus 14.
Landon Wheat one-on-one is where I'd go.
And that's who they're going to. He's got the catch.
And a touchdown.
And he stretches across the goal line for the touchdown. Tony, you saw the mismatch across the way.
Yeah.
Landon. So Landon Wheat with the 14-yard grab from Trey Mack.
There was just nobody out there to help the guy that was out there. Landon was so far wide that, I mean, there was 10, 15 yards between those two and anyone else.
Point after by Quirin is good. As this beatdown continues, Parsons 34, Columbus 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking football on B93.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit labettehealth.com.
.354 to go in the first half. Parsons preparing to kick off, leading big over Columbus 34-0. Another big kick from the big leg of Quirin. Bounces into the end zone. Was that four touchbacks?
Yeah.
Maybe 5 touchbacks here in the first half for Quirin. And Columbus, who just hasn't really shown the ability to move the ball at all. It's really a couple of short passes, Tony.
Yep.
They've had some success with. They have been able to do nothing on the ground. So Belila takes the
nothing
snap.
There. -2.
Yeah, nothing on that first down run. Parsons' defense just too good.
Every time they've tried to run that play right there, it's been a negative yards every single time.
Second and 12.
Oh, a little trickery. Went direct snap to the running
snap,
back.
And the Viking defense swallows up Luke Gray.
I think it's another couple-yard loss.
Gray, one of only 3 seniors on the Columbus roster, and is pushed all the way back to about the 15.
Yeah, they're going backwards, -5 on this. So they're at 14 total yards in 5 drives right now.
That's incredible. Third and 14 for the Titans. Conventional wisdom says you have to put the ball in the air, but at this point, who knows? They will spread the defense out a little bit. 3 receivers, but they have 2 running backs.
Oh,
it's going to be a pass play, and the Vikings key on the quarterback for a sack.
-6 there, so you're looking at now they've got 8 total yards.
3 negative plays
on
that drive. This just such a mismatch. Ball, they lose basically 10 yards on that drive, and they face a 4th and 20 from their own 10. Kendrick and Jamarcus Washington back deep. And this is returnable, I believe, if they pick it up. Kendrick has it at the 38, looking for an opening. He's at the 30, goes to the far sideline, and he'll get tackled at around the 25. And Tony, I sound like a broken record, but again, just outstanding field position for the Vikes. I mean,
this has been the most dominating defensive game that I've ever witnessed from the Vikings.
Minute 59 to go in the first half. Vikes already up 34-0, and they have it 1st and 10 from the Columbus 24. I'm looking back over my notes. Vikes started on their own 38. They started on the Columbus 33. They started on their own 19. They started on the Columbus 26, their own 39, and now on the Columbus 24. So they've started in Columbus territory several times. Running play to Henson. And again, patient running pays off inside the 20 down to about the 17.
A 7-yard gain on first down.
I cannot remember the running back's name, but he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe. And he had that same mentality of just following his blocks and just being patient, and then just at the right moment finding the gap and shooting through. And Henson has had great success with that here in the first half. 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. They're looking to put up 40 points here in the first half against Columbus. Mack takes the snap. Little toss play, I believe, to Phillips. He's at the 15-10 and tripped up.
Oh, he got tripped up at the 3.
Oh, man. Tony, that's the second time that's happened. You said it's going to be a touchdown. In my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be a touchdown. And then somehow a great tackle by Columbus temporarily.
Just a shoestring tackle there.
Yeah, just barely tripped up Phillips inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3. Exactly 1 minute to go in the second quarter, with Parsons leading this one 34-0. Henson in at running back.
Be a Henson handoff here, I bet.
Now he switches over to the right side. There's the snap.
Nope.
It's going to be a pass.
Roll off to Phillips.
It's that same play they ran earlier. And it's a touchdown to Phillips. It got called back with a hold last time. But it is now 40-0, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Total domination by the Vikes. The extra point is good, lands in the softball field to the north of Marvel Park. 40 seconds to go in the first half. All Parsons, they lead Columbus 41-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking Football on V93.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Another long kickoff by Jace Queer
Wow.
goes into the end zone for yet
65
another
yards.
touchback, and Columbus will start 1st and 10 on their own 20. During the break, live video stream cameraman Drew Fuentes pointed out 6 touchdowns in the first half,
All
6 different players.
That's fantastic.
Cade Brown, Jamarion Washington, Henson,
Chandler
Kendrick,
Henson, yep.
Wheat, and then Phillips.
Wow. Impressive.
Talk about spreading the wealth.
Yeah. Now we just need Mac to run one in and Jamarcus maybe.
Possibly a new
Get 8 different
quarterback.
ones.
Nope, it's still Valila running play, and that probably going to be it. I think Columbus probably won't even bother running another play if they don't have to, which they won't. Probably go back to the locker room and just try to regroup. Parsons leading Columbus 41-0. I don't even think Columbus will come up to the line of scrimmage. Nothing to gain, although they do have one guy running onto the field very quickly as if he's bringing in a play, but only 8
it's
seconds.
It's a trick play, Scott.
So
coming in.
We'll see if they're going to snap it. They
I
have
don't
3
think they are.
seconds. Well, we have a false start by the entire offensive line, and time has expired. They're going to put a little time on the clock.
They're saying 2 seconds.
About 2 seconds. So
now they're going to have to run a play, or do they wind it? Do they wind it, Scott?
That's a good question. I think they'll have to snap it. Ball spotted at the Columbus 15. 3 receivers set for the Titans. There's the snap. It's the running play.
Nothing.
My goodness. I think Kendrick in there.
-4.
Swallow up. Or rather, Demias Johnson on the tackle. And that ends one of the most dominant halves of football I have seen in a long time. Great job by the Vikings. They lead Columbus 41-0. We will send it back to the station for 10 minutes, and then we'll be back with the Eye Care Associate halftime show. You're listening to Viking Football on B93.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
And we are back live at Marvel Park. Time now for the Eye Care Associate halftime show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Dre. Tony, all Vikings, to say the least, 41-0 over Columbus at the break. 6 touchdowns, 6 different players find the end zone. And, you know, this is one of those halves where you have to really start splitting hairs to try to find something that the Vikings could improve on.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is, you know, a couple of silly penalties.
Yeah, just that one 15-yard unsportsmanlike. I mean, those are the ones that bother me the most. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be holds. There's going to be offsides. There's going to be, different things like that. I mean, that's going to happen. You're not going to be perfect. There's no way. But the unsportsmanlike is the only penalty that I just, going forward, those 15 yards are huge. I feel like, because on the very first play last week, Jamarcus Washington ran 52 yards, and after the play, is a 15-yard unsportsmanlike that backed us up, and then we ended up missing a field goal. And I want to say we got down to the 13-yard line, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, essentially, if we don't have that 15-yard unsportsmanlike, we're in the end zone.
Yep, because I think it was a 28
I
think it was a 27 or 28-yard field goal, so it probably might have even been inside the 10.
10 or 11, yeah. So it's just things like that is just can cost you. And it's just, Coach last week talked about it. He's talking about discipline and execution. And, the discipline side of it is it's tough. I mean, you got a lot of kids out there, and you got a lot of different kids, and it would be tough to coach football. I've coached golf, and it's a very individual sport,
right.
and you can definitely come down on a player if they're doing something silly. But football, you've got so many players that they're coming from all different. It's just. You never know what's going on with them, and a kid, gets frustrated, and he's going to show out, and that's the problem. You get a lot of kids that are trying to show out,
right,
and sometimes they get over exuberant, and sometimes they get penalties called on them for it.
And I do have an update from the Girard-Burlington game. Burlington leading Girard 35-14. So if that holds up, it'll be Burlington coming to Marvel Park.
So Burlington's winning?
Burlington is winning 35-14.
So
this is via
if Burlington
Max
wins, they would be the 2, and Girard would be the 3. So Girard would come here, right?
I said that. I flipped that. Yeah, the loser. I believe the loser comes here, and Burlington would play.
They would play the
3
on our side, so it'd be Columbus.
So, that may not be a bad matchup for the Vikings if they play Girard, because I think they'll match up well with them. And it was, there's been a couple of times, including just last year, that Girard took, knocked Parsons out of the postseason. Chance for a little stick back.
The last 2 years, our season has ended on their field. So this year, we're going to have the opportunity to end their season on our field. That'll be definitely nice to have that chance there. I mean, anything can happen. Girard could come out guns blazing next week. I mean, we don't know. But, just going off of numbers, we talked about that earlier. Just going off of numbers, we should be able to dominate that game. But I think I hope this is our year to knock off Girard, Scott.
On paper, it really should be. They, it won't be a blowout, but I'm looking at some of their scores. They lost to Frontenac 26-12. They did lose to Iola 29-15. We were tied with Iola 0-0 at halftime, and then ended up winning a pretty tight contest. They blew out Galena 38-0.
So Columbus did beat Baxter last week.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. Baxter's record is better, but I think it goes off the conference record. And if there's a tie in the conference, Columbus would hold that. So most likely Columbus is going to hold on to the 3, and Baxter would be the 4.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who Baxter's playing this week, unless Baxter somehow wins tonight. But I'm not sure who else they have beat. I don't think they beat Galena. So that's the only other team that they beat in conference. And Columbus has 2 wins in conference against Baxter and Galena. So I'm pretty sure Columbus will go to Burlington, is from what I've seen. And that'll be I would say a tough matchup for Columbus.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're kind of having a down year. So,
well, in case you're joining us late, you missed a onslaught in the first half. 6 touchdowns for the Vikings to 6 different players. The guys that got into the end zone were Cade Brown, Jamarion Washington, Chandler Henson, J.J. Kendrick, Landon Wheat, And then Phillips on a 3-yard pass from Trey Mack capped the scoring in the first half. 41-0. Parsons leads it. Why don't we step away for a 1-minute break, and then we will be back with the second half. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. Once again, we're back live at Marvel Park. We've been informed that there will indeed be a running clock for the entire second half, so we'll see how long Coach Scheibe keeps the starters on the field with this game well in hand. I'd say, Tony, at the most, maybe one series, you think?
You know, I don't know how you could do it, but if you could bring out the seniors one play at a time or something, you know. I know they do it in basketball, but you know, you only have 5 players,
right. It's a lot easier.
You know, a few players on the court. It's a little tougher in football, but I think this would be a night that you could have an opportunity to do something like that.
So Columbus will receive.
The Vikings are not even out. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, they're not out to kick off yet. Clock just now hitting all zeros. I think it's going to be Jaden Rodriguez, 5'9", 150-pound sophomore, one of the return men, but the return men haven't had much opportunity tonight for Columbus. Just touchback after touchback after touchback by Jace Quirin. Again, Vikings leading at 41-0 as we get going here in the second half. Quirin from the 40, another good kickoff if it stays in bounds, and it does, and bounces through the back of the end zone for another touchback, and Columbus will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. I see a lot of the Viking defensive starters out on the field. So
they still got I don't think they've switched out any personnel on the defensive side that I can see.
So we'll see how Columbus wants to play this. Again, running clock the entire second half. Leela takes the snap. He wants to throw, and it's intercepted at the 30-yard line.
Makai Baugh.
Baugh may be off to the races, and he is into the end zone. It is a pick 6 on the first play.
7 different players.
My goodness. It looked like it was a decent pass, maybe just a little bit high, and it went through the receiver's hands and right into the waiting arms of Makai Baugh, who did that last week.
Should have had one last week.
But on a somewhat controversial penalty, had it called back, but no flag on that one. We are just about 30 or 40 seconds into the third quarter, and the Vikings now lead it 48-0. That was a 30-yard.
And I was just getting ready to say a few minutes ago that there hadn't been a turnover. You know, it'd been a pretty clean game. I mean, the defense just played unbelievable, but now first turnover of the game was pick 6. Wow.
So So the clock on the move, 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here at Marvel Park. 48-0, all Vikings.
I honestly, at this point with the running clock, 48, I wouldn't put in any of our offensive starters. I mean, there's really no reason to. Essentially, there's 22 minutes of clock left.
Yep. Well, it's good to see that the Vikings were able to shake off that disappointing loss from a week ago and come out and just have this dominating performance. Another high end-over-end kick.
Wow.
Lands
that
at least 5 or 6 yards deep.
67 yards there.
That's an incredible kickoff. Quirin, I haven't.
And that my foot would hurt so bad. I don't even think I could kick it 20 yards.
I tell you, we know he has a strong leg, but man, he's been drilling pretty much every kickoff. Even the one he had to kick off from the 35 hit right on the goal line and bounced through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he needs to go follow the game day thing and go to get that money from Pat McAfee. Have a little sign that says kicking's easy. Pat McAfee be like, all right, 30 yards. Here you go. 30,000.
It's a running play right up the middle for a short gain.
2 yards.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for Columbus. Very pleasant night. About 70 degrees out here at Marvel Park. And Vikings most likely will be hosting, it looks like, the Girard Trojans next Friday night in the first round of the 3A state playoffs. Columbus in their familiar gold and red up to the line of scrimmage. Little pump fake. Now they come back the other way and doesn't fool anybody. Goes for a loss.
-2 on that play. -3 on that play. Wow. They're at 3 yards positive on the game right now.
I don't know that I can remember a game that was so lopsided statistically.
This is the 8th possession.
8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Running clock here in the entire second half. Columbus a little late breaking out of the huddle. They have 8 seconds to get the snap off. Belita looks over the Viking defense. 2 seconds, and now he goes ahead and burns a timeout, and that will stop the clock with 7:48 to go in the third quarter. Parsons leading at 48-0. We will step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Welcome back to Marvel Park, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you as the Vikings are rolling over Columbus tonight. 48-0, 7:48 to go in quarter number 3. Belila to throw. Has time and
almost intercepted.
Yeah, that was close to another interception back around the 32-yard line.
That was Haygood.
So 4th and long, and once again, Columbus will have to punt. I believe Schuberger back inside his 10. Bad snap. He runs it down and gets off a decent end-over-end kick. It will be fielded right at midfield.
Good
and
tackle.
Nice coverage.
Really good tackle there. Wyatt Schultz on the return.
Yep, Wyatt didn't have a chance to return that one thanks to outstanding coverage.
Well, they haven't sent a quarterback out. It's going to be the backup quarterback. It's going to be Trey Logan.
Trey Logan, the 5'11 junior.
Yeah, Caden Forbes in the game. He's a freshman. Hey, good. There's a complete different group out there. Wyatt Schultz out there.
A lot of your junior varsity players on the field now for the Vikes. Logan's a good athlete, and he's going to keep it himself. And he's coming to the near side at the 50 and tripped up at the Columbus 46-yard line.
How about 6 yards there?
Yeah, I think if he finds any open space, it's going to be really hard for Columbus to run him down. Looks like Landon Rowland is checked in for the Vikings.
Are they backing it up?
Well, I did not see a flag,
Must
but
have been a hold.
They are backing it up to the Viking 38-yard line.
Yeah, I missed it.
So 1st and 20 for the Vikes. Again, running clock here in the second half. We're down to 5:40 to go in quarter number 3. Logan from the shotgun. It's a running play over the right side. A short game. Caden Forbes, just a freshman, 145 pounds. We'll spot the ball at the Parsons 41. Logan jogs into the huddle. Still plenty of time on the play clock for the Vikings. Khalik Abdul Ratif, split wide right for the Vikings. Parsons will keep it on the ground.
Forbes.
The freshman Forbes again for a short gain out to the Viking 44, maybe 45-yard line. 48-0 is your score. Parsons leading Columbus. Vikes looking to improve to 7-1 on the season. Haygood.
See if he throws it here.
It's 3rd and long, and it's going to be Haygood running around the right side. He's at midfield and runs over one tackler.
Pretty good run.
Yeah, he's going to get all the way down to the Columbus 46.
I think they'll go for it here. No reason not to.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Yeah, they're talking to the backup quarterback, Trey Logan. They're just going to keep the offense on the field. And again, this really isn't running up the score by keeping the offense out there with the running clock. The entire second half is just giving those backup players a chance to be on the field. Logan from the shotgun takes the snap, rolls to the near side. He wants to keep it himself. He's going to have the first down.
Good
and
run.
Tripped up at about the 36-yard line of Columbus. That will move the chains once again.
Really haven't got to see Trey Logan throw it this year. He's came in the game and played some, but every time it's been a quarterback run.
Yeah,
and he does run well, but I'd be interested to just see what his arm's like.
Yeah, I've noticed that they use him on a quarterback keeper way more than they do Trey Mack.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
2 receivers to the near side for the Vikes. Logan hands off to Forbes, and he's tripped up at the 35, falls forward to about the 34. Gain of about 2 yards. Clock continues to tick down here in quarter number 3, 2:39 to go, with Parsons leading Columbus 48-0. I know coming into this game, Vikings were healthy. Coach Scheibe in the pregame show mentioned A couple guys had battled with, a stomach virus, missed some practice, but nothing serious, and it looks like they're going to get through, at least with the starters, unscathed in tonight's game. Logan, he wanted to throw Tony, but the play is stopped. Not possibly a delay of game.
Yeah, I think it is 5 yards.
Nope, false start. So either way, they're going to back up the Vikings 5 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 13. Spot the ball at the Columbus, just inside the Columbus 40. Senior night here at Marvel Park. Crowd has thinned out a little bit because of the lopsided score, but not too much. Even a lot of the Columbus faithful still in the stands. Logan looks over that Titan defense. Wants to throw, and he's got his man down around the 30-yard line, and it is short of the first down.
Wyatt Schultz.
Wyatt Schultz with the reception. State runner-up in 4A tennis.
As a freshman.
As a freshman, yep.
He's gonna be good. He's a good athlete. All those Schultz kids have been great athletes. I know there's a girl coming up in 8th grade that's a really, really good tennis player. So she'll be there for the next few years.
Yeah, she's going to have a good high school career. Running play, I think it's Forbes again.
Wow.
He's at the 25, the 20, gets caught at around the 18-yard line. It's a nice-looking running back.
Yeah, he's small, Scott, but he is quick. If he gets open space, he's going places.
Yeah, just 5'7", 145, but
he's not one that you're going to want to run up the middle a lot. But if he can get that edge, he can get around the corner quickly.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 10 seconds to go as Logan looks over the Columbus defense. Parsons on top 48-0. Forbes again cuts back against the grain and falls forward to about the 15-yard line, and we have reached the end of quarter number 3 with your score. Parsons 48 and Columbus 0. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
And we're back once again at Marvel Park. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Drew Fuentes on our live video stream, and Karen Hardesty taking care of things for us in the KLKC studio. 12 minutes of action remaining as we get going in quarter number 4. It's been all Vikings tonight, 48-0 over Columbus, and Parsons driving again. 1st and 10, or rather 2nd and 7, I should say, from the 15. Here comes Logan to the near side on the quarterback keeper. He's down to the 10. Be short of the first down, but only by a couple of yards. And Tony, the Vikings have just done whatever they have wanted from the opening kickoff.
Yeah, they've just played good on both sides of the ball tonight. Was this similar to what we did at Baxter when we played at Baxter?
Yeah, I think that was 58-0, and it was just never a contest. Vikings send a couple of receivers to the near side. Schultz will be lined up in the slot. Give it to the man in motion. He's at the 10 and the 5. It's going to be a 1st and goal situation for the Vikings as Haygood is wrapped up at around the 4. 10:55 left in our ball game. Vikings looking to go over 50 points. And Tony, I remember, a few years ago, Vikings had just one of those swarming defenses, and they've got it again this year. And man, that is, you just know you're always going to be in a game when you have that dominant of a defense.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
Vikings are going to throw to the end zone, and it's intercepted in the end zone.
That's the first mistake the Vikings made the entire night.
Intercepted by Jaden Rodriguez, a 5'9" sophomore, and so finally something to cheer about for Columbus. Well, you wanted to see Trey throw the ball, and he had a lot of zip on it.
Yeah.
It just went to the wrong guy.
Yeah, the other throw he threw to Wyatt Schultz had good zip on it as well. I mean,
that'll just come with experience.
He's got a good arm. He's going to have to get some reps. I mean, that's going to be tough, if he comes in next year as a senior.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a complete different team.
Valila still in at quarterback for Columbus. 4 receiver set, 3 to the near side. He wants to throw on first down, wants to go deep, but he's going to have to tuck and run. He's going to be caught from behind, and it's going to go for no gain right at the 20-yard line.
Breland Summers.
Summers caught him from behind.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to fumble the ball, and somehow he managed to hang on to it. But 2nd and 10 coming up for the Titans. 8:55 to go in our ball game. Parsons led this one at halftime, 41-0, and then on the first play of the second half, Makai Ball with a 30-yard pick 6 made it 48-0, and that's where we stand. Valila looks over that Viking defense, which has just been dominant all night long. Pass to the near side, bobbled and caught out across the 25 to around the 26. That was Jet Tanner on the reception.
He's listed as a quarterback. He's just a sophomore as well.
Probably their 2nd string quarterback.
He is the one that tried to do that throw.
Mm-hmm. And had it slip out of his hand.
Yep.
3rd and about 6. Make it 3rd and 5 coming up for the Titans with 8 minutes to go in our game. Parsons leading at 48-0. Single running back, but Valila wants to throw. A little bit of time and overshot. Man, he got hit hard just as he released the ball. And now a flag comes in.
And there's no Viking around.
No,
so.
I think the quarterback may have said something to the official. And sportsmanlike conduct against Columbus. Yeah, Valila. And he may have not even directed the comment to the official, But the official was within earshot. So
you've got to be pretty frustrated. Not good. And I think Parsons declined it. I'm pretty sure we declined the penalty.
Well, now they're moving.
They're back. I thought we declined it.
So this will be half the distance to the goal, taking it back to the 10-yard line, which means the Columbus punter will be punting from right around his own goal line. And the kick is away, and the Vikes just get away from it, and it takes a decent roll for Columbus all the way out to the Columbus 48-yard line. And Tony, once again, Parsons will be starting in Columbus territory.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we score here.
Right.
I think we can just run the ball and the clock's running. This game's going to be over in 6 minutes and 44 seconds.
Looking ahead to next week, most likely. Girard Trojans coming to town. And, Tony, we have the luxury of looking even beyond that. If Parsons happens to win the first round, good chance it's going to be a rematch with Iola, right?
That's what I saw when I looked at the bracket. Is the 1 versus 4 is in the bracket just below us, so there's definitely a good chance. And that Iola team was a 0-0 game when we played them here, and so I know they got a tough defense. So
yeah,
and if we have to go there because they're the 1 seed on that side, then but that is barring there could be a.
Oh, sure, there could be
a loss or something.
Yeah, there could be upsets happen.
But I'm pretty sure Iola's going to be the 1 seed in that.
Coming out of that district.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Forbes.
That freshman Ethan Houck in the game as quarterback, Scott. We've seen the Houck name out there at quarterback.
Yes, we have. They get down to the Columbus 46 with 5:20 to go in the game as the crowd continues to slowly thin out here at Marvel Park. For this game has been well in hand for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Andrew Houck breaks out of the huddle.
Yeah,
Imagine we're just going to keep this ball on the ground, you would assume. I think Mackay Ball in the backfield? That can't be right.
That can't be.
I
think it's Wyatt Schultz.
Running play up to about the 45 on 3rd down for a short gain. The Vikings, I think, are going to keep the offense on the field.
It was Caden Forbes.
Okay, Caden Forbes on the carry.
I think I might have said Ethan Houck earlier, but
oh, did you?
I think I might have accidentally said Ethan.
Understandable.
But Andrew, man, I remember he was so small back when Ethan quarterback, and now here he is on Friday night. Going in as quarterback, man, I feel old. Man.
4th and about 7 for the Vikes from the Columbus 45. Houck is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Forbes, and he'll be swallowed up for no gain.
Yep,
and Columbus Columbus gets it. The Vikings turn it over on downs. Under 4 minutes to go in our ball game. Vikings will finish the regular season with an impressive record of 7-1. Just that stinging 10-8 loss last week over in Frontenac. But the Vikings shake that off and just dominate Columbus tonight.
Our fans of the week, we have
3.5 minutes as Columbus gets ready to break out of the huddle. Now we have a stoppage in play. Columbus has called a timeout, and we'll take advantage of that timeout to say thank you one last time to our sponsors, bringing you Viking football in 2023. We want to say thank you to Sparklight, SEK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier, Meister, and Morris, also Olson Ace Hardware, Snyder Lawn Care, Parsons District Schools, Parsons Educational Foundation, Bowen Pharmacy, Roy's Auto Service, Strategic Partners, Wood Insurance Center, Tank Connection, Community National Bank, Dress for Less, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Commercial Bank, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Woodworth Enterprises, Labette Health, Clemens Insurance Agency, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, and also Labette Community College bringing you Viking football. Columbus up to the line of scrimmage, 3:25 to go in our ball game. The last gasp here for the Titans to get on the board. A little quarterback keeper for a nice gain into the secondary, still on his feet down to the 30-yard line, and finally upended at the 27-yard line. That was a nice run by Jet Tanner, the backup quarterback for Columbus, going up against that second defensive unit for the Vikes. 2:55 to go in our ball game. Columbus up to the line of scrimmage. Tanner keeps it himself, and the Vikings bottle him up a little bit better this time. He falls forward across the 25 to about the 24. Tanner, 170-pound sophomore. 2:22 to go in our ball game. Vikings will improve to 7-1 on the year. And they led this one at halftime, 41-0, and we've had a running clock the entire second half.
I was kind of hoping we were going to score there a little bit ago to see if they would have Jagger Quern come in to kick the extra point, because I think he will be the next
new kicker. Running play over the left side for a few yards. Braun Stone, he's a 5'6", 150-pound freshman. Ball spotted at the Viking 19-yard line. It's 3rd and 3 for Columbus. Minute 35 to go in our game. See if Columbus heaves one toward the end zone on this play or the next one. Tanner running back on either side of him. He wants to throw, rolling right, looking, and fires it.
Nice
it's complete
catch
for a first down around the 11-yard line of Parsons. So Columbus moves the sticks. 1 minute to go here at Marvel Park. Eric Keaton onto the field for the Vikes. 3 receivers set for Columbus. First and goal from the 10, running play right up the middle to the 5 and into the end zone for a Columbus touchdown.
And that'll be the ball game too.
And I did not see, if I saw the number right, that jersey is not on my roster. But it's a 10-yard touchdown run for the Titans, and that makes it 48-6. And if they're going to have any sort of point after, they better
hurry up and get to the line.
Better get out there because there's only 10 seconds left. I don't even think they're going to worry about it. They're just going to let the clock run out. And that will bring this contest to its conclusion. All Vikings tonight as they knock off the Columbus Titans by a final score of 48-6. We'll step away for a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with a Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking Football on V93.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
And welcome back to Marvel Park, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes here as we get going with our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Tony, man, just complete domination from start to finish. 41-0 was the score at halftime. 7 touchdowns, 7 different guys, found the end zone, and then it's just incredible. I guess 6 guys in the first half, and then Mekhi Ball was the 7th with that pick 6 to start the second half. And the defense. And I know Columbus is obviously down this year. 3 seniors on their roster, losing 18 starters from a year ago, but. That says a lot about the Vikings to come back from just that gut-wrenching loss to Frontenac that I know, certainly everybody that supports the blue and gold feels like the Vikings were the better team.
Yeah.
A couple of unfortunate penalties and things of that nature cost them that game. But, man, to come back and just blow out Columbus gives the Vikings a lot of confidence and a lot of momentum going in to the state playoffs next Friday night, and I haven't seen anything official yet, but as far as we know, it's probably going to be the Girard Trojans coming to town next Friday.
Yeah, I think if we continue to play at the level we played tonight, especially on the defense, I could see us going 3 weeks in the playoffs easily, if not further.
Yeah.
Because it seems like our defense just doesn't really they just don't give up a whole lot of yards. I mean, even when they're trying to do trick plays, they weren't getting any yards.
Yeah, they just have a nose for the ball, and that they're obviously a well-coached unit. And, I mean, teams have just – since week 1, teams have struggled to move the ball against the Viking defense. And – we've said it all year. If you're going to hold teams to under 14 points, I mean, you're always going to be right there at the end and have a chance to win it. So, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but man, that would be a heck of a matchup if the Vikings get past Girard and have a rematch with Iola.
Yeah.
I do, if I remember right. While it was 0-0 at halftime against the Mustangs, we moved the ball.
We shot ourselves in the foot. It was. I feel like it was similar to
the front
last week. Just a lot of penalties and just. I think we might even had a turnover or two.
Yeah, probably should have been 21-0 instead of 0-0 at halftime. But Iola, that's a pretty solid team they have this year. So the Vikings. It's from here on out, starting next Friday, it's one and done.
Yep.
So the Vikings are going to have to come to play, and as is every team. We'll take a look at the brackets later on tonight. Hopefully they may not have them filled in till tomorrow. But
I remember, like with basketball, it's usually about 10 or 11 a.m.
the following day.
On Saturday is usually whenever the Acacia will post something. I think they try to get them by noon for sure, but some of it should be fairly easy to do.
Well, we're going to be joined now by Viking head coach Jeff Scheibe, and coach obviously much better feeling than we had last. We're going to restart. Okay, coach, better feeling than last Friday night. And how about the performance by your team on both sides of the ball to shake off that gut-wrenching, heartbreaking loss and just come out and statistically it was probably one of the most dominating performances in Viking football history.
That's exactly what I told the kids at halftime. I said that was one of the best first half performances that I think I've ever seen out of Parsons football in my lifetime. Yeah, you're right. The kids were crushed last Friday night. The coaches were crushed, and our plan coming into the week was find a way for them to forget about it. And we had a good week of practice. We had fun with the kids. Mm-hmm. Last night we brought in pizza, listened to some music, and just relaxed and hung out with them, and just make sure they were loose and not playing with pressure on them, because there was no pressure on them. They've had a heck of a year, and again, our defense was outstanding tonight. And then offensively, I think when the starters were in there, I think we scored on every possession. So, and then you got to throw in Jace with special teams as well, booting it.
Yep.
Wow.
If that kid don't have an offer, like a D2 offer after tonight, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So
I don't know that I've ever seen that many touchbacks. Certainly not by a Parsons High School kicker. And what was it by design, Coach? I think in the first half, 6 touchdowns to 6 different guys. Was that by design or just work out that way? You're trying to get some.
Yeah,
get a lot of different seniors to find the end zone.
You're exactly right. We actually we were trying to get creative and get as many seniors a touchdown there. Once we got a nice little comfortable lead, we started to, kind of play around and not really play around, but make sure that we spread the wealth around tonight and got as many seniors touchdowns as possible. And I think every senior starter on offense got a touchdown tonight, so I was pretty happy with that.
That's incredible. And it's not a final yet. Last update I got, Burlington leading Girard 35-21. If that holds up, Girard comes here next Friday
Burlington.
night. So
we'll play Burlington no matter what.
We play the winner of that game. Or?
So it all comes down to the Prairie View Anderson County game as well. So Iola's done with district play.
Okay.
If Prairie View beats Anderson County and Burlington beat Girard, Prairie View would win the district title. Iola would take second. Burlington would be third. Girard fourth.
Okay.
Really?
Wow,
that's interesting.
Unless I'd have to double check, because I know it's going to come down to points.
Right.
So when it all said and done and came down to points, I think Prairie View had the advantage, followed by Iola, and then followed by Burlington, and then Girard.
So they had teams beating each other.
Yeah, it would have ended up with every team would have been 3-1 except Girard.
Okay.
And then you can't go head to head, because then they all beat each other.
Right.
So then it comes down to points.
Yep.
And the last time I looked, Prairie View had the advantage going into the night, followed by Iola, and then followed by Burlington.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
That'll be interesting.
I tried to focus as much as possible just on Columbus this week, because I didn't know who was going to win the Girard-Burlington game, to be honest with you. I thought Burlington had maybe the advantage because it was there, but I just wanted to focus on beating Columbus. And
the good news is, regardless of who we play, it's right here in the friendly confines of Marvel Park. And, whoever we play, it's going to be a chance for a little bit of revenge. I know these kids didn't play Burlington. They lost to Girard last year, but you were coaching.
The freshmen were on the team.
The freshmen
were there. The seniors were on the team as freshmen.
Right, they were freshmen.
And I remember that bus ride home. Me and Jaron Dixon sat next to each other, and there was 3 things that that we came up with, and we had to get more physical. We had to get stronger in the weight room, and we had to work on our tackling.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that bus ride home. And I think we've done that the last 3 years, as we got more physical, we've got stronger in the weight room, and we worked on our tackling. So
I can remember that game, the grass being really tall. You can even see Tanner Barkis' shoes. And they purposely, I think, let the grass grow out to slow us down.
Well,
I mean, I could be wrong, but I remember that.
They maybe, but we got mauled that game.
Yeah.
There was nothing we could have done to stop them.
Really.
Yeah, they were much stronger, and they were just a better football team than us. They've changed coaches since, run a different style of offense. I think it's going to be more of a spread offense. We saw Burlington I wish Burlington would have came to the Jamboree here, so we would know a little bit more about them. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen Burlington on film this year, based upon our exchanges. So we'll dig in this weekend, and we'll come up with a great game plan against them. I think the kids probably wanted to play someone else other than Girard, to be honest with you, or maybe they wanted to play Girard and get a little bit of revenge. But
that's you guys haven't seen a spread offense here, have
Labette County.
Labette County ran a spread.
Yeah, Labette County. Iola runs a little bit of spread. Honestly, Columbus spreads it around a little bit too.
So, and really, you guys, it hasn't mattered who you've played or what all what offensive guys have gone up against. I mean, the
defense.
If there's a better 3A defense around, I'd like to know who it is. They have just been so dominant, and that's got to make everybody feel better, because when you're holding teams to anywhere from 0 to 14 points, you're always in the game.
Absolutely, and I think we've talked about that up here. I don't think it was maybe the Lubbock County game early on, where we're always going to be in games because of our defense.
Yep.
And hopefully that carries on throughout the playoffs, and I think it will, as long as we can stay healthy. But we're 7-1. We're in a good position.
Mm-hmm.
I think obviously we put last week behind us, and we've got whoever comes here is going to be a winnable game, and then the next round after that is going to be winnable as well. But we need to focus on if it's going to be Burlington, that's going to be all eyes on Burlington, and we're going to get our kids ready to play.
Coach, one last thing. I was watching. I didn't go to Frontenac, but I watched every snap on the live stream, and then obviously I saw every snap here tonight. It seems like Washington is just running harder and faster and better with every snap. I mean, I know he's finally healthy this year, but am I seeing that right? It looks like he just seems to be, I don't want to say unstoppable, but getting pretty close.
Yeah, and that's got to be 6 games in a row where he's went over 100.
I had him unofficially 142 tonight.
Okay, coming into tonight, he needed 135 to go over 1,000. Yeah. So he eclipsed 1,000 tonight. So he eclipsed 1,000 yards, and he's got 16 touchdowns on the year. And I easily, could have gave him a couple more to get up to 18, but he's got over 1,000 and 16 touchdowns.
And I think over 6 yards a carry coming into
wow.
tonight.
Yeah,
he had about 9 yards a carry tonight.
Proud of him, and we're gonna lean on him heavily. And to be honest with you, I hope the weather cools down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, and I think when the weather does cool down, that's going to be advantage us, because we can stop the run, and we can run the football now. And let's hey, cold weather, come on, baby.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. If it stays the same, it's supposed to be in the 50s.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain starting midweek, and cool temperatures.
And that's kind of how we wanted to build this team. And I know you guys seen the spread throughout Parsons these last several years. Well, it doesn't really translate to success in November. So I think the teams that are built on your front seven stopping the run, and then in return, then you have a good efficient run game. That's how you're going to win games in the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah, and you guys can do all of that, which means that here again, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you're in a good spot to make a deep run. But like you say, one game at a time, 1 week at a time.
And
so.
we got it. There's still a couple boneheaded penalties, but that's what we're trying to preach to our kids, that cost us a game last week.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where we had the ball on the 1 yard line and just shot ourselves in the foot. And
was that the neutral zone infraction? I've never heard of that by an offensive lineman. You see it obviously with the defensive lineman all the time. I've never heard of an offensive lineman.
They said we lined up in the neutral zone, and then we had to take a kid out for that mouthpiece not in, and then the play before all that is aiding the runner into the. I could go on.
We could go on for a long time. Yeah,
it's behind us now.
We're in a good, like you said, we're in a good position. We put last week behind us. It does suck. We didn't win a district title. Right. I think this team deserved it. They deserved it for sure. But we moved on, and I think winning titles in the playoffs are more important.
I agree.
100%.
Coach, great job tonight.
Thank you, guys.
You and your staff done a great job. Kids doing great. We're looking forward to the playoffs.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you later.
Yep.
Head coach Jeff Scheibe of the victorious Parsons Vikings. They knock off Columbus 48-6. Tony, any final thoughts? It looks like might be Burlington
possibly
coming
Burlington.
next week.
Yep. So this
this is why I like basketball. You can look at the brackets and you know who you're going to play, and a little bit more confusing, especially.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were so many ties and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know they were bunched up like that.
When I looked at it, I thought it was definitely going to be, the loser of the Girard Burlington game.
So they were going to have like a three-way tie for first up in that district. It sounds like, and it just comes down to points. So. That's Kansas high school football for you. Again, 48-6, Vikes win it to move to 7-1, and they will host somebody in the first round of the state playoffs here at Marvel Park. Next week we'll be on the air at approximately between 6:45 and 6:50, and that's going to wrap it up for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. For Tony and Drew Fuentes, and also for Karen Hardesty, this is Scott Marlowe saying thanks for listening and good night from Marvel Park.